Hello and welcome back. Now we're going to do Central Skullport. First part of Central Skullport is here on the left of where our adventurers are standing. I will move them around a little bit. So these are catwalks. The whole of Central Skullport is elevated above Lower Skullport, and these are wooden catwalks between the buildings. If the players come in here to the crafty carafe, then they can meet a rock gnome by the name of Zindul Brew. And he is a very special, unconventional brewer of alcoholic drinks. And he's made quite a splash in the local world of booze. Then the players can come over to this side. If they are Zentarum, then they'll recognize that this is a secret hideout, the Keel Hall. And that Boskin Gorb is running a Zentarum secret hideout here. But the players will probably pass by here and never notice anything. Then over here, actually above this area here, is called Piercer Peak. And this is a section of the cavern ceiling is littered with stalactites and is said to have a small vertical tunnels that lead into the surrounding caverns, used by creatures that can levitate, fly, and climb on ceilings. Anyway, so sometimes monsters come out of this stalactite littered cavern ceiling, which is low here, by the way. I should say that Central Port is the highest area of the port district, and is the cavern ceiling of the Central Port slopes diagonally up toward the east, and is home to a massive forest of stalactites that drip down an intermittent rain of collected water from the damp, humid air. So yeah, picture it. The ceiling of this huge cavern that all of Skullport is in has stalactites that reach down from the ceiling and drip water periodically, keeping the air damp and humid. All right, now at the buttons, boots, and rags, there is to be found a goblin tailor. A moon elf, forgive me, a moon elf named Kestlin, who's a tailor, and he sells clothes, nice clothes, and he can also repair clothes. And yes, he's a moon elf in his 5th century. And he secretly wishes he could leave Skullport. There's a little bit beneath him. Right up here is the Bat's Roost. At the Bat's Roost this is the goblin I was thinking of earlier. He's just he's like a bat trainer, and he's trained up these dangerous bats that are actually kind of combat worthy now, and players can either adopt one as a familiar or train one as an attack animal, but that takes a long time. A lot of animal handling checks. All right, then we go over here to. There's 2 floors actually. The bottom floor has the Hull Harvester, which is owned by Maisna, and she's a carpenter. She's a human carpenter woman. She's the go-to lady for repairing wood, carpentry related problems. And you can imagine there are many of them in the area. And then on the upper floor, there's a place called Enough to Hang. And this is it is occupied by Adi, who has a bit of a crush on Maisna, and she makes rope. She's really good at making lengths of rope, and it's hard to find rope, and it's expensive to buy rope, and she makes really good rope at a reasonably good price. All right, guys, that is the central port area. And that is part 1 of 3 parts that we'll be covering Central Skullport with. So yes, please join us for the rest of it. Please like and subscribe and share with your friends. I hope it was useful. Please comment and so on and so forth. Take good care, guys. Bye-bye. Hello, everyone. Here we go with our deep dive of the NPCs and locations of the middle level of Skullport. And to this time, we're going to be doing the trade lanes. The trade lanes, which is the middle area of the middle area of Skullport. Some very interesting locations and NPCs to be found here. Stick around to find out what they are. So let's move our adventurers into the nearest location, which is Twinbeard's Traps. In here, the players will meet Torvin Twinbeard. Now he is the shield dwarf trapsmith and engineer. He's rarely here, however, since Zenithar keeps him busy. We go to we might walk along the catwalk and go over here to the Lantern Lighters, where they will meet Andirian Dusk, an old half-elf with a white beard by the name of Andirian Dusk sells lanterns out of this disheveled, disorganized old storefront. He wears a strange hag's eye around his neck, and his shop sells all kinds of different lanterns at 3 times the market prices, as well as some fancier lanterns upwards of 100 gold pieces. If they need oil, Andirian directs them to the overflowing urn. Okay, then we move on to Sargoth's Bounty. A pair of shield dwarf brothers, Darum and Darum Gaz, sell junk they salvage from the bottom of the Sargoth. Occasionally, they might even have a common or an uncommon magical item. Then, if the players might make their way here to Delver's Folly, this wooden plaster building houses a workshop and storefront of countless devilish traps meant to vex and punish thieves and adventurers of all sorts. The team of engineers here is headed up by Boltok Vindi, a human man, also known as Bolt. He deals in everything from simple dart and spear traps, which may cost as little as 50 gold pieces, to more complex gas cloud, falling boulder types of traps. That can get very expensive. Moving along, we go to Lillianth's Librums. Here the players can meet Lilith Shaitan, a ruddy-haired half-elf that runs this bookstore. When the players arrive, she's likely being shaken down for protection money by Amergo and Fordurgar. If the players try to intervene, she insists that they not start a fight and offers up one of her rare books as a holdover to the racketeers. They begrudgingly accept and then move on. Hopefully the players don't start a fight with the Zenithor's guild. All right, then, second to last, we have Twidge's Dumplings, which is a dwarf who's actually, he's very good at sharpening weapons, and he can give them a temporary modifier, a temporary +1. And so, yeah, that's a very, very valuable service. It costs 60 gold pieces per weapon. He can even sell that, but that requires a lot of of money, like something like 6,000 gold pieces. Players might be able to buy this whetstone of sharpening from him. And he's actually the reason why it's called Twitch's Dumplings is he is actually a cook in his heart, and he's trying to become a cook, and so he's making dumplings, these amazing dumplings, and he's very happy if the players buy his dumplings before they get the sharpening service. He gives them a discount. Okay, and then last but by no means least, the most important encounter is this here at the Poisoned Quill. So here the players meet Tasselgrin Veldan. Veldarn, sorry, Tasselgrin Veldarn. Here's her name and her portrait. Tasselgrin Veldarn. She's actually an archmage, so extremely powerful. And she sells fancy quills from various exotic creatures. And she also sells magical services. So she can transport the players with teleportation circle for 50 gold pieces per person all the way to Waterdeep. And she can send messages, she can identify things, she can remove curses, she can cast arcane lock, she can cast lore, she can cast mind shielding. All of these services are available, and the details are in the Shadow of Waterdeep supplement. That is a quick and hopefully useful coverage of the trade lanes of Middle Skullport. See you guys in part 3 for the heart of Middle Skullport. Please like and subscribe. See you guys soon. Cheers. Hello, everyone. Here we go with our third part of the Middle Skullport segment. Here, of course, is the Guts and Garters with our familiar friend, Quietude. The players will most likely sleep up here and also likely encounter the unwanted Mind Flayer guest. All right, moving up north, let's go take a look what's here. The Muses of Misery hideout. The Muses of Misery perform their terrible acts of torture and sadism in the name of their goddess here. They've made a special point of sitting up not far from the patch shop and often like to ambush and kidnap wounded skulkers coming to the area for medical attention. Nasty. Now let's move eastward towards the patch job. The aforementioned patch job. With the absence of a church in Skullport, most skulkers have to make do with stitching and bandaging themselves up with whatever they can get their hands on. Those who can afford it, however, can get proper medical treatment in this well-kept one-story building. Okay. It is occupied by the leader, a half-orc woman named Mithra. Okay, moving along to Maglar's or Thaglar's Foundry. You already know good old Thaglar. You will not suffer fools. And then we can go southward here to the Lodge of the Beast Lord. The Lodge of the Beast Lord. This three-story facade is devoted to Malar, though it has no outward symbolism as such. It is an exclusive club dedicated to those who hunt extraordinary and dangerous prey, including supernatural monsters and powerful humanoids. The club is run by Atka, the Goliath champion, who wears exquisitely crafted plate armor made from black dragon scales. So yeah, it's like a monster hunting club, like a elite monster hunting club. All right, then we can get on here and read somebody very important in his secret Harper hideout, Felrax. Felrax is extremely important. He's a mage, and he's been casting Mordekainen's private sanctum on this hideout. He's halfway to making it permanent. And there's a secret password. The neighbors have some concerns about the volume of your harp. And if the adventurers can gain his trust with a harper among them, then he will let them use it as a hideout as long as they're really, really discreet. All right, and then down here we have the Cleaver's Edge. The Cleaver's Edge. This strange old butcher shop is owned by Cleaver Fastain, an older human man who deals in a wide variety of exotic meats, as well as cadavers ready to order for all your necromantic needs. Ooh, lovely. And lastly, we have the Ambersmith. Ambersmithkin is a dwarven blacksmith who could run her forge on sheer attitude. She is curt and speaks quickly, but has no patience for nonsense. But is passionate about her craft. She hates making weapons for Xanathar Guild and has been making up excuses to charge them 2 to 3 times the going rate. She's happy to make weapons for somebody who doesn't belong to the Xanathar Guild. All right, those are the areas of note and their NPCs of the heart. Next up, we will do Upper Skullport. Please join us for that. Like and subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.